Really want to express my gratitude for changing our family life, and everyone just feels so much calmer and more loving in our home. I had visions of parenthood that were not this dark. I thought that it was going to be more loving and, full of baking cookies and reading books together and snuggling and stuff like that, and that just wasn't my reality. I felt like I was out of control and the house was out of control. I felt powerless, as well as my husband and I being at odds as to how to deal with the situation. I was raised in the house where there literally were like 3 emotions that we were taught, and so this child of mine that has probably 50 emotions and feels them very strongly, I was just, very lost and kind of hopeless about the situation. That's not the direction I wanted my life to go, and I really needed it to change. I was just at a breaking point where I was like, we have to do something. This can't continue this way. So I was reading books that I found on, Amazon or people have recommended about dealing with sensitive children. I talked to my pediatrician, and he recommended talking to a child psychologist. So I reached out to a few. It still didn't feel like the right fit, but didn't really seem to be getting anywhere with that. I was just really hoping that something would work, something would click at some point. So I went to the seminar on navigating meltdowns. I really liked her kind and calm demeanor, and she had this visual metaphor of the brain in the palm of your hand that really stuck in my head. And I went home from that seminar and I tried it with my kids, and it worked. I was like, oh, look, we're onto something here. In that seminar at that moment, it helped me realize that I really need to be calm, and I need to be the center of calmness for my family, especially for my middle daughter, who just couldn't calm herself down. I went into the process saying, I am not going to be a yeller anymore. I am not going to be the mom yelling in the street. All my neighbors are not going to hear me screaming at my kids. So that's definitely the case now. I don't yell. I mean, I yell, but not nearly as much as I did before, which is fantastic. I was really struggling with my daughter having a hard time at drop-off. She really didn't want me to leave. So I would have to park the car and walk her in, and usually sit with her for the first 5 to 10 minutes of the camp. But one day I was like, okay, Haley, are we going to have curbside drop-off today, or am I going to park the car and walk in with you? And she's like, let's do curbside. And I was like, okay, we'll do curbside. So we did it, and everything went fine. And I texted Vanessa right away. It's like, we did curbside drop-off! She was like, yay! I really love the mentor process because there is someone outside cheering you on who can see the changes from an outside perspective a lot easier than you can. And it was nice to hear other people's struggles and how they deal with them, and also have Vanessa talk them through their struggles. It was nice to hear how other people apply the principles into their lives, or hear suggestions Vanessa had for other people, or suggestions that other people in the group had for each other, because I might not be going through that situation at that exact moment, but I could definitely remember or draw back on that experience later on when I may run across that. At the end of every session, she would go over appreciations, where she would say, I really saw your leadership this week and your perseverance. So it really felt like she was in my corner cheering me on, which was nice. And having specific examples of how I've grown, or, you did a great job doing this. This was awesome. I have told many people how great Vanessa is and how she really understands where you're coming from, and really tries to fit herself into your life and role play through different scenarios and situations. And I even taught my boss the brain in the palm of the hand. So now we have this code where I'd just be like, I'm on this level, or I'm on this level, or I'm on this level. And so now he knows when he can talk to me, or when it's best to just back away. I have been able to have a closer relationship with both my younger daughters, but especially my middle daughter, she and I have gotten to a good place where, you know, there is more baking cookies and snuggling and reading books together, which is what I really wanted. It's just like night and day from beginning. It's really been amazing, an amazing journey, and I'm really excited to be where I am now.